We are now joined by Tennessee head coach Kellie Harper. And to start us off, Teresa Walker, go ahead and state your name and affiliation, unmute yourself, and ask your question.
Teresa Walker, the Associated Press. Kellie missed the first 9 threes, went 2 for 14 outside the arc. How much of that was missing shots, and how much was that Michigan affecting those shots?
I thought we rushed some of our shots in the first half, and I will definitely credit Michigan's defense for that. I thought more importantly, we didn't finish layups. I think we missed 17 layups on the game, and you know, it's going to be really tough to advance against a talented opponent if you can't finish. And again, I don't want to take anything away from them, because I thought their physicality affected us on some of those finishes.
Next question is from Chloe.
Coach Chloe Levering, WTK. You know, this whole season, it's been some season start to finish, and many would agree that this Lady Vols team has improved. How would you assess this whole season from the first game to playing Michigan here?
Yeah, that's a loaded question, to be honest with you. It's probably going to take a little bit longer than we have time for. But I'm proud of the growth that our team had as women, as basketball players, as teammates. I thought we made some unbelievable strides forward, and yeah, I'm proud of that. I think as you know, on the court, I think we were a fun team to watch, and you know, they played hard. We just, you know, came up short today with our execution.
Next question is from Nicholas.
The Michigan Daily. Michigan has 2 very strong post players in Haley Brown and Akenray Johnson. How did they frustrate you, and what was your plan going up against them today?
With Johnson and Brown?
Yeah.
Well, I think I thought their physicality on the perimeter players defensively is where they kind of set the tone. They're really active defensively, you know, and I think that was I thought that frustrated us a bit. I think it bothered us a little bit. You know, offensively, I thought they were patient and found opportunities to move the ball and get good looks.
Next question is from Maria.
Coach, both Renaya Davis and Ray Burrell got a little bit going late, but the 2 of them both struggled from the field. Just how tough is that for y'all when your 2 go-to players just seem like they just couldn't find the net? Yeah,
you know, I think that obviously we had some good looks. It just didn't fall. I mean, they rolled out of the rim a couple times. And it's tough, you know, when we're trying to put points on the board to, you know, to not get that production. But, you know, I thought we had some other people step up and try to help out. Obviously, Cassie Kushkitawa got some buckets for us to start the game in there. I thought in the third quarter, some post-up opportunities. You know, that's where we just need to have a little bit better balance. People step up and make plays.
Quick follow-up. How hard is it to say goodbye to the seniors? You said it would be tough when this day came.
This is awful. This is gut-wrenching. You don't. I'm watching all these NCAA games, and my heart goes out. A team loses, and I just hate it for them, because you know they're going back in the locker room, and that's it. That's it. And we were that team today, and I didn't have a speech prepared, and it's just really hard, because you know we love this team. We really do love this team, and you know, to know it's going to be the last time that this group gets together is tough. And they wanted so bad to play. They enjoy it. They really do enjoy each other and enjoy playing. And I think they've enjoyed the process, which is wonderful. So it is really, really hard. This is definitely a team that you just don't want to say bye to.
Next question is from Michelle Vogel.
Yeah, Coach Harper, is it difficult to be in this situation sort of where Tennessee doesn't have the experience of going to the Sweet 16? Obviously, that was never the case before, but that's been the case the last few years. You haven't had those kids. Obviously, very different than when you played, where you could build on that. Is that a difficult thing just because they haven't had that experience?
Throughout my career as a head coach, I feel like having those experiences have been so good for the following year. And, I thought not playing in the NCAA tournament last year hurt us a little bit, just because we didn't have that experience. So we're literally going into this game with maybe three players that had NCAA experience. And that's a lot. It's a lot on a team. I think this will be growth for our team moving forward. It's almost like, you got to, kind of like the SEC tournament, you got to get to the semifinal day before you can get to the finals. And it's a process. And there's a lot about learning how to win and understanding what it's going to take. And I think sometimes you can flip on the TV and you can watch teams, and you can see the teams that walk around with a different confidence because they've been there and they've done that. So, without us having it, I'm really excited about how we performed in our first round game and advancing that game, and obviously had high hopes for this team and wanting to advance again.
Next question is from Lewis.
Kellie, you may have answered this a little bit with Maria's question, but when you reflect on this team this year, with everything that you all have had to go through, what are you going to remember? What is going to be your takeaway when you think about what this unit was to coach?
We've been through so much this year. Oftentimes people forget the injuries that we had. We've got 3 players in the same position sitting on the bench that aren't even available. And then obviously everybody dealt with COVID and, travel woes and just all the ups and downs of the season that we had, and all the time spent together off the court, the big games that we won, and even some of the games that we didn't win where we walked off and we were a better team because of it. And we had a little air about us after even some losses. I think one of the things that I'll always appreciate about this team is how well they practiced, and how many, I can count on maybe 2 fingers how many bad practices we had this year. There just weren't that many because they came ready. They were really motivated. Players improved. There's so many things I could brag about this group. And it's, I think in the next few weeks I'll be able to really reflect back and think through all this. But they've been so much fun to coach. I've really enjoyed coaching them, trying to figure out how to help them and how to motivate them, and probably more than anything watch them grow and succeed.
Next question is from Gustavo.
Coach, Gustavo Tomaselli, WTK 90.3 The Rock. What kind of lessons you and the players that are going to remain, in the team for next season are going to bring to this game? Of course, this probably going to motivate you guys even more for next season, because now you guys went back to the NCAA tournament, couldn't get the win, but I imagine it's going to motivate even more for next season.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you a little story. I'll try to make it quick. When I was a player, one of the things that cut me deeper than anything after our loss was, and they didn't do it intentionally, I heard teammates talking about next year, how this is going to spur them on, how they're going to be motivated for next year. And it wasn't anything negative, but it hurt me. And I've asked our team not to even think about next year right now out of respect for our seniors.
We have time for one more question from Ben.
Ben McKee, Rocky Top Insider. Kelly, just with the Michigan zone and the problems that it presented today, just maybe what adjustments were failed to be made throughout the game, or can you pinpoint kind of why the players weren't maybe able to adjust to that? And then can you also maybe put your finger on the missed layups as well?
Well, I think you make those layups and your execution's fine, right? I mean, you just missed the layups. I think a lot of those had to do with their size. I think just being as big as we were in most positions, but very physical. I thought that affected us, and probably affected us around the basket. And then then you miss a few and you start pressing a little bit. But there were they were in man, and they collapsed in pretty strong. Our spacing wasn't great. We tried to correct that. We corrected it in the second half. But still just got to knock those down. And I think, if you make some of those layups in that first half, you don't feel so behind, I guess, coming out of the halftime.
Coach, thank you. We appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you, guys.